I have a very strong feeling about the part museums play in this country's history. Having gone through museums myself, the Smithsonian museums, I think they're great for kids and teaching kids.
The Smithsonian American Art Museum and the National Portrait Gallery tell the remarkable stories of our past and of our present, and indeed inspire for the future.
You have really the history of America told in terms of art and portraiture. At the same time, you have this wonderful piece of architecture.
Someone who had been a patient there when the building was a hospital during the Civil War had carved his initials, and that made such a strong impression on me because it wasn't just a building, it was a building where things had happened.
I think this is a great country, and our art, it deserves to be showcased in a great museum.
This was the culmination of our hope, that there would be a permanent place in the nation's capital where all of our citizens could come to see these treasures.
All of us have ownership of what is American history, American tradition, and it is so well represented here in both museums.
Our hope for the museums should be that a whole new generation of people can be awakened to the collection and to inspiration about what a spectacular country this is.
America is a very fascinating country. It is a very young country with people that come from all parts of the world. The history, even though it's short, is an extraordinary history.
The Smithsonian is certainly the repository of our cultural history. There is no other institution that addresses that broad panorama of our society.
People need to be reminded more than they need to be informed. I think the Smithsonian is a reminder of how rich and how creative and how daring every people have been, and they continue to be that way, running the institution.
We're Americans. We appreciate that fact very greatly, and we want American art to be valued and appreciated and conserved.
We hope America will gravitate to it to learn more about what makes art, and what will conserve art, and what will keep art around for hundreds of years.
I think we're holding these things temporarily during our lifetime. And that's all we really are, or we're holding it for the next generation.
All the development of the country depicted in paintings, and you can't get that on one film. So in a museum you can walk around and you can see bits and pieces, but you can see it over and over and over and over.
We walked into the gallery and natural light was streaming in through the window. It felt fresh. Everything looked like it was in the right position, and it felt very modern to me. It felt like these pieces were coming to life. I think my mother was always interested in the arts from a young age. She would have rejoiced in the success and the artistry of the competition and the impact it is having and will have.
I believe that over the past years, George Washington, who certainly was the father of our country, certainly set a tone for our country, and his name is not being taught as much in history as it used to be.
If you're going to get children's interest, you have to have a story mechanism, and the Portrait Gallery is a vehicle. They can tie together the portraits, they can tie together the history, they can tie together the stories, and they can tie together other mechanisms such as music.
I think everybody has to have a love of art, and the museum offers all kinds of art. You never know who's going to pick up what, and look what happened to us. So I look forward to my grandchildren coming to the museum.
That particular museum served not only American children and American people, but people from around the world.
We hope that it'll continue the place that we think it has had as the premier institution for showing American art.
We're in Washington, D.C. Where should American art be appreciated if not here?
I love this museum, and I hope that it'll keep growing, that you'll stay with it for another good long period, because now it's really very exciting. And I love the auditorium, which we are now opening, and that it will be a great addition to the museum.
This is where our heart really is.
I think we have a great country.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Very exciting experience.
It's a story of hope.
I love this museum.
It is a feat of architecture.
Anything is possible in the American story.
It's only getting better.
It's an exciting time.
It was a dream of mine.